Avoid skip. When you withdraw and cease displaying interest, something surprising occurs, reverses the script. Abruptly, she begins doubting all of her feelings and choices, and even her feelings toward. In this video, we are dissecting you, women's unexpected responses when you give up chasing and begin concentrating on stay put, because this will alter your perspective on it. Everyone's power of the unexpected, in terms of departing and making a lasting impact by taking unexpected, could be your best-kept secret weapon. People function in predictable patterns of texting simultaneously being accessible or available at all times, describing this to oneself. Predictability becomes simple and tedious to ignore, but when you emerge from "it's like turning on a switch with these suddenly, she becomes captivated in her thoughts, perplexed and intrigued at the same time, recreating events in her mind in an attempt to figure you out. This is the reality. The human mind is designed to detect and adapt to change. It thrives on new ideas. When you stop being predictable and start, it is unexpected and gives a shock to the emotions. This goes beyond simply catching her off guard, because for its own sake, it's about presenting her with a different you. She was surprised to be forced to pay. I'm curious about what's happening and wonder why she feels attracted to, in a manner that she hadn't. Consider this first if you've always the instantaneous emotional change. She experiences being the one to start discussions. What occurs when you, if you've been too available, don't? What occurs when you begin to concentrate on? Instead of her, these little 𝐒𝐸 behavior changes indicate that you're not dependent on her focus or validation, and that small change produces a mental ripple effect. She will begin wondering what had changed and why he wasn't. Did I miss something by acting like I did before? One effective strategy for being surprising is by being silent if she's accustomed to you, always reaching out. Take a step back and let she senses your lack of enthusiasm. Space is created by stillness, and within that space she'll see the gap you've created. But ignoring her isn't enough. It's regarding your actions during that quiet. Invest in your development and begin a new project. Work out or look into hobbies you have been ignoring. For instance, let's say you continue a weekend getaway and share a photo of yourself appearing truly content and assured without a caption justification for leaving her after one post, swirling, unsure of who you went where, why she wasn't with you, and with you encouraged. This type of subtly surprising move conveys a strong message about your life. Is thrilling whether she is present or not, and that realization will be a burden for her. If you want to surprise her in another way, try change the way you talk to someone. If you've been someone who composes lengthy texts or reacts immediately, changes it up and keeps your succinct but insightful answers. She should discuss more on the contrast. Will force her to consider the new dynamic. I wonder why she's the one now. Making the effort to appreciate the beauty of the surprising truths in its simplicity doesn't need a lot of motions or intricate strategies. It's regarding demonstrating to her that you're not limited to the part she wants you to play, while keeping her guessing that you'll stay on her mind, leaving her perplexed things she must do in order to get your focus, curiosity, and a feeling of it's the mystery that will cause her to miss you. Each day, concentrate on creating a better you are. Among the most unexpected actions you might do include giving priority to your many men's personal development error of focusing their actions attempting to get her attention, but in actuality, nothing catches her attention. More than witnessing your success without the impact of space and silence on her mentality. When you begin working on yourself, she cognitively, emotionally, and physically, it conveys a strong message that you're not waiting for her approval. And think about how gorgeous that is. When she witnesses you going to the gym, gaining new abilities or progressing in your career, it makes her feel something. Mind, she begins to question why he wasn't this motivated during our conversation. Did I prevent him from moving forward without me? These kinds of thoughts might be overwhelming, particularly if she discovers that your growth is for you, not for her. Here's how to further enhance this motion. Don't broadcast every small thing. Rather than doing what you're doing, let her learn about it indirectly. Perhaps it's via a mutual friend who mentioned how fantastic job, or perhaps it's a modest post demonstrating your development. The idea is to make your actions more noticeable, more than what you said. Personal development is more than merely, it's about becoming the best at impressing her. Optimal self-image for oneself. Gain when you concentrate on enhancing your everything else in life falls into place. Your energy increases as your confidence does, becomes alluring, and individuals such as her instinctively begin to lean toward. Imagine this. She goes out with you, pals having fun, and appearing better than you've changed more than ever. Person she was acquainted with, and that insight can strike her so strongly that she'll question why she's not a portion of your new life chapter, and what she must do in order to get your focus. And the best thing is that you're not. You're doing it because you want to help her. You're worthy. 3. Learn how to pull back. Retraction does not equate to abandoning her, or engaging in gaming. It entails making room. To be missed by her when you're always accessible, therefore it's simple for her to assume that you're there, but taking a step back gives her the chance to sense your absence, and the true magic occurs at that point. Balance is crucial here. Don't trim, taking her off entirely, but you're not. If she sends a message, don't pursue her. Feel compelled to react. Take your time and concentrate on allow her to wonder about your priorities. Why are you not as reachable as you used to be? Where shifting is also a part of pulling back. Your vitality rather than putting all of your focus on her, and reroute it to items that bring you contentment and happiness, whether it's hanging around with pals, following a hobby, or simply looking after of oneself. This shift of emphasis is, she'll notice something, and this is why. People who work long for something they are unable to have. When you're not available as much, she begins to recognize what she is lacking. The time and effort you previously invested in her are yours today, and the change in dynamic produces a strong pull, while reversing isn't intended to discipline her. Rather, it's about giving her the impression that your life doesn't center on her. It's a subdued method of stating that I respect myself enough to put my own happiness first, and when she observes that it makes an impression that lasts, the part mystery plays in maintaining her interest. 4. Exhibit sentimental master, one of the most unexpected maneuvers you can choose to remain emotionally stable. Grounded when she anticipates your response in a particular manner, whether it's annoyance, neediness, or jealousy. But you react calmly and confidently. Totally changes the dynamic for instance, if she attempts to test your don't be patient by being evasive or aloof, get caught in the trap of over-trying to win her back or providing an explanation. Instead, remain composed and reply. Gently, or if required, refrain from answering at complete emotional regulation demonstrates that you're confident in yourself and her behavior. Instead of defining your value, here's a situation to think about. She contacts with a light-hearted message such as, "Hey, how have," rather than plunging into a keep your lengthy response neutral and brief. Anything like, "Thanks, I've been great. How about you?" It demonstrates that although courteous, you don't seem really interested. The wonderful thing about emotional regulation is that a feeling of mystery is produced when you don't get upset. she's gone. Unsure about what's going through your head, curiosity is what keeps you going. Her thoughts for a long time after the talk stops emotional control and provides protection. Your vitality, it guarantees that you are not giving someone too much of oneself who might not be worthy of it. And when she observes that you're resistant to influence, it makes you are clearly a strong person. Self-assured and 5 guaranteed to keep her guessing. The adversary of predictability is attraction. If she is always aware of, anticipate that it will be simple for her to disregard you, but when you add a component of its unpredictable nature, keeps her focused. Toes and prompts her to consider you more frequently, for instance, if you've been texting. She frequently takes a step back to allow her initial contact, or if she's accustomed to, you are always available, so let's begin putting your own timetable first and allowing. She's wondering what you're doing with these little changes may not seem like much, but they significantly affect how she believes you have another method to keep her. The purpose of guessing is to confuse your interactions. Rather than have the same predictable talks, bring something new to the table. Tell a captivating tale and pose a challenging query, or raise a subject she wouldn't anticipate, which leads to a feeling of enthusiasm and maintains the new link. But here's the secret: don't go overboard. The objective is to balance your curiosity without being confused. Consistency and unpredictability, so she is aware that you're still trustworthy, but not someone she can really understand. You remain on when you keep her wondering. Her thoughts. She begins to ponder your ideas, emotions, and your next move, and that feeling of wonder is what keeps her considering you each and every why. Her independence and confidence attract her back. Invest in your social media on day 6th circle is among the most disregarded, although effective strategies to improve your social. When a lady notices that you're surrounded by others who respect you, it alters her perception. Having a social network makes you more appealing. It indicates that you're not only concentrate on her, but also have a complete flourishing existence outside of the relationship by first establishing a solid friendships and surrounding oneself with upbeat, enthusiastic individuals who encourage your development. When your social life is dynamic and quietly conveys that people are interested in you and that your time is worthwhile. Whether it's true or not, she will notice this reciprocal relationships via social media or simply the atmosphere you exude when you're with. Here's a crucial step for her. Don't isolate when you wait for her to notice you. Instead, you spend time getting to know new individuals, interacting and developing. Attending events with meaningful relationships, engage in social activities, or just reconnect with old friends, and feel the enthusiasm you will benefit from these exchanges. Appear in your manner and confidence, which is what makes this so successful, is because it takes attention away from her. When she discovers you're not relying on her approval or joy, it causes a change in the dynamic. She begins to perceive you as autonomous, fascinating, and extremely desired. And the more she observes, the more people are drawn to you. She will be drawn to participate in your having a healthy social circle in life isn't just about looks. It's about actually enhancing your life with happiness and satisfaction you obtain from them. Making relationships will not only increase your appealing, but also leave her perplexed reasons. She doesn't participate in this innovative chapter. 7. Develop an unrepentant. Nothing is more startling than you, and more magnetic than genuineness in a society when so many masks are worn by humans to appease others. Unapologetically, you are unique. It's not about attempting to get her approval or meet her standards. It's about taking pride in your identity and accepting your. The thing about women is their individuality. attracted to males who are self-assured, own skin. Once you quit attempting to fit into another person's mold and begin living genuinely results in a strong change you're not looking for anymore. Acceptance or pursuit validation rather than what you're concentrating on, pursuing a life that is authentic to you, and that energy is quite alluring. Being transparent is another aspect of authenticity. Concerning your principles and limits, don't be scared to voice your thoughts. Follow your passions and advocate for, when she sees it, what matters to you. You're not going out of your way to. It demonstrates to her that you're someone who respects himself and has a strong feeling of identity, but authenticity. How to respond when she contacts you. After you've moved on is more than just self-assurance. It's also regarding being vulnerable and revealing your actual self. All of its flaws contribute to a deeper relationship than any deception or performance ever might. When you're not apologetic, it makes a lasting impression on you that extends well beyond the surface. The nicest thing about being genuine is its attractiveness. Isn't a tactic you use to gain her favor. You do it for your own benefit, and once she realizes you're living your life on your words, make her question why. She never accepts someone who is different and sincere as you go. 𝐒𝐿 sentimental. Independence is among the most alluring. One of the traits you can exhibit is emotional. The capacity to stay independent, self-assured, calm and grounded irrespective of exterior situations. When she notices that she doesn't readily influence people's feelings, behaviors that help you stand out from the crowd. The goal of emotional independence is not to denying your emotions or acting as though you're just interested in having the strength to put your health first, and joy despite the fact that difficulties, such if she withdraws or acts aloof, you don't have to pursue her or attempt to resolve the matter instead. You remain composed, concentrate on your own life, and let nature take its course, 𝐿. This kind of poise is it demonstrates to her that you're not dependent on her to make you feel valuable or joy. And when she understands that she lacks the authority to manage your feelings, change the dynamic. Completely one useful method to exhibit emotional independence by establishing limits if she's acting erratically. When conveying conflicting messages, make it obvious what you'll and won't put up with, but do it with confidence rather than frustration. For instance, rather than stating that you might be ignoring me, tell me when you're prepared to possess a significant dialogue by demonstrating to her that you're emotionally self-sufficient. You're not simply, you're causing her to miss you. Honor you, and that honor is what produces a more profound and significant link. 9. Accept the mystery in the unexpected ways. She will attempt to capture your interest acts in relation to departing from her. Nothing works nearly like thinking of you. Like if mystery were an open book, perhaps feel cozy, yet there is no spark. Interest or fascination when you maintain. Keep some aspects of your life private and allow her to wonder what's happening. It produces a strong attraction that keeps her thinking about you. Here are some tips for embracing mystery. Talk about every aspect of your life, particularly on social networking sites. If you're posting about your whereabouts all the time, who you're with, and what you're doing, gives nothing to the instead. Creativity maintains things certain. Keep some parts of your life private so she can complete the blanks in a different manner to produce. Your conversations are the source of mystery. Steer clear of surface-level or predictable subjects rather than pose provocative queries or offer fascinating insights could prompt her to consider. For instance, instead of expressing how your day went, you could describe the item that excites you. Presently, mystery isn't about being distant or evasive, is about adding facets to your personality that, when you're not around, she wants to find out. It is readily available or predictable. Keeping her interested and intrigued, recall what people don't like attracts them. Really comprehend by accepting mystery, you're giving her something to consider. Regarding you long after when an engagement ends, that's what remains. She misses you 10 times a day. In the end, what she's lacking is one of the most powerful actions you can take are to lead a life that is so rich and satisfying that it becomes clear to her what she is lacking. This isn't about showing off or attempting to make her envious. The goal is to be sincere, constructing a life that will bring you contentment and meaning while you're prospering, whether by pursuing your passions, reaching your objectives, or the strength of releasing. Just taking pleasure in life sends a clear, "You're not waiting for her" message. You're making the most of your life. And for instance, that energy is magnetic. If she see you taking up new tasks, taking up new interests, or passing the time. When you're with positive individuals, it brings out your contribution to any relationship. She comes to understand that being with you is not only a choice, it's she might regret missing this opportunity. However, this move is only effective if it is sincere. You cannot pretend to be happy or fulfilled. Rather, concentrate on what really matters to you and allow that enthusiasm to come through. When your life is full of meaning and joy inherently attracts others. Including her in the finest aspect by demonstrating what she's missing is that you're not just leaving her to consider you, you're making yourself aware of your value, and that self-assurance is the most important factor. Thank you for watching. Share. This video is likely to be enjoyable. Currently displayed on the screen, take a look and remember to like and subscribe. In the following one, you